It's Austin Flanders again with Austin's Guitar Refinish and Repair. On this episode, we're going to prep the primer for paint. And I have a few supplies here. I have 320 wet dry paper. I have 600 wet dry paper. And then I have gray Scotch-Brite, which is about equal to the scratch of 800 grit sandpaper, but it's softer and just kind of gets in the nooks and crannies and gives it a nice smooth finish. To get ready to sand, I sprayed a little bit of silver on it, just a dusting, to be able to see when the primer is smooth. It'll, when this is sanded off and there's no sign of it left, the primer's smooth. So we will get started on it and enjoy.
What I got, little deuce coupe, you don't know what I got. Well, I'm not bragging, babe, so don't put me down. But I've got the fastest set of wheels in town. If something comes up to me, don't even try. If I ever had a set of wings, you know I can fly. She's my little...
So now the guitar is all sanded and ready for paint. I block sanded it with water with 320, 600, and then I wet sanded it with Scotch-Brite. It's really smooth. At this point, you want to be careful touching it. I would suggest wearing gloves, latex gloves, nitrile gloves, because now the pores of the primer are open and any skin oil could possibly cause paint problems. So the next step is to get it hung up, and I will clean it with wax and grease remover very well, blow it off, clean it again, and then I'll seal it, base coat it, and clear it. And I'll walk you through all those steps. Alright, so we're going to mix the sealer now. And it mixes at a ratio of 4 to 1. And you'll see on your mixing cup, there's 4 to 1 right there. So you put, we don't need very much, so we'll put it up to the 1. And then we'll put the activator up to the next one, and you will realize it's not very much activator for that much sealer. So here we go. Okay, there's the sealer. And I normally wouldn't put white sealer over black primer, but I'm just kind of using what we got. And that was the rest of the activator. So now you take a paint stick. And you normally want to use a metal paint stick, but I can't find ours. And you just give it a good stir. And then you'll want to spray relatively soon after you mix it, because it will set up. And you just want to stir and stir and stir until you can either see or think it's all mixed up. And usually you can tell because it'll become like one consistency. And we are ready to spray. Okay, so we're ready to spray sealer. You're gonna wanna do, especially with this sealer, I wanna do just a very light coat. One coat is all you need. Just seals all the inconsistencies in the finish, and it seals the sand scratches and all that. I would sometimes go over it with a DA, but on this one, I wet sanded it and it with a fine enough grit that the sand scratches will not be noticeable. So here we go. All right, so it's sealed. And now we just let it flash for probably 10-15 minutes, and then we will put some base coat on it. You don't need to sand it as long as you do it within 30 minutes. You don't need to sand it. If you wait any longer than that, probably need to sand it. If I was doing this for a customer, I would have re-primed it and wet sanded it again. But for the sake of the demo and length of the video, I just went ahead and sealed it. So yeah, we'll mix up some base coat. I'll show you how to do that. All right, so we're gonna mix the base coat. I got this from a place called Paint Innovations in Topeka, Kansas. I want to thank them for providing me with this paint, and I will show you how to mix it. And it mixes 2 to 1. So we will find that on the mixing cup, and I'm gonna put it up to 2. And then you use reducer. You don't use activator. You use reducer. And you put it up to the next 2. And you just stir it up. This is like a brown color. Wasn't sure what color it was. I never looked at it. I just shook it up and opened it. This will be interesting. Like I said, this was a customer's, you know, it would be a certain color, but this is just an old body. It was pretty rough. Made out of some weird wood. Does not like to be sanded on. So, you know, whatever color it gets painted is what color it gets painted. It'll probably never get played again. The neck was destroyed on it, so, and it was some off-brand I had never heard of, so don't feel too terrible about it. Then just put the lid on. Make sure it is not going to drip. Then you put the collar on and put it on the gun, and it's ready to spray.
The competition clutch with a 4 on the floor. She purrs like a kitten till the leg pipes roar. But that ain't enough to make you flip your lid. There's one more thing, I got the pink slip daddy. Coming off the line when the light turns green. Blows it out of the water like you never.
Alright, so the guitar is painted. Turned out beautiful. Again, I want to thank Paint Innovations, Supersonic Music, and my dad for letting me use his shop. And I want to thank you for watching the video and all your likes and subscribes and all that. I really appreciate it. I will make another video in a couple days probably of me polishing this. I'll wet sand it down and polish it so it's real smooth. Just to show you how that's done. But in the meantime, rock on. See you later.